God. Uh, Thank you for joining me. If you don't know me, I am Miss Robinson, churchofrealtalk.com, and founder of the Now Movement, which is no other way but forward. And this is what we do. We try to get people out of this mess called the trauma bond. The mess called the trauma bond. So, if you join, do me a favor, just tap that screen. Keeps me aware that you're in here. As I have up in the top, go ahead and like, share, and if you so choose, go ahead and follow. I would definitely appreciate that. Let's see. Okay, everything is running, I guess, the way that I expect it to run. Um, yeah. So, and today, this is like the last time I'm doing this, but the course is actually 50% off. Break the trauma bond in 7 steps. 7 steps, not 7 days, but 7 steps. It got cold all of a sudden. I don't know where the hell that came from, but it got super cold. I had people that I don't know what's going on, but yeah, it got super cold all of a sudden. It was nice and warm, and now it's just like freezing cold. Uh, I can't wait until summer like actually stabilizes. That would be nice. That would be a good freaking thing. So I guess I'm going to wait for a couple more people to get in here. If you are in here, I definitely appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. Who is this? I don't know. Hey, Cindy, how you doing? I don't know how this thing works. I don't know if it just sees that these people are online and I've engaged with them before, or it's actually telling me to that they're asking to be let into the stream. I'm hoping it's the latter. I'm really hoping it's the latter. But like I said, I'm doing 2 streams at once. So bear with me as I get this set up and going all together. Um, there we go. There we go. I think I should be good to go now. I can see comments over there. I can see comments over here. Uh, Again, Minister Robinson, Church of Real Talk, founder of the Now Movement. No other way but forward. I thought that was kind of cool how I came up with that when I was trying to think of what to call the movement that I was creating. Um, this movement, even though I had the nonprofit is under Church of Real Talk, but this is the driving force behind it. Um, the Now Movement is very, very important to me. It really is. I've done a lot in my life, a lot that I'm happy of, a lot that I'm proud of through the years. But the Now Movement, that's like my thing. I feel really special about that. Um, I think everything I've done in my life has been of service to others. But this just takes it to a whole new level as far as being of service to people, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good when you can, I guess, help your fellow human being uh, get out of something that can be so devastating. So why am I talking about the course that I've had out for like the last, I'm going to say 2 months, and I never talk about it? Hey, thanks for joining. That I never talk about the course. The reason why I'm talking about it now is because I think now is the time that people are looking for answers. People are looking for a solution. People are looking for a way out of the trauma bond. Now, that's not just what I'm talking about. As always, I try to give good, actionable advice to people that are going through the trauma bond. One of the things that I have to bring to your attention is the fact that deep down inside, hey, Legal Eagle, thank you for joining. Deep down inside, you already know it's not right. You do, you do. And as you come out of the fog, that's when you really realize. I mean, you knew all along that something was off, something was bothering you at your very core about this relationship, whether it be familial or a romantic type relationship. You kind of sense something was wrong, and when you sense something's wrong, that's like the first few steps of you trying to figure out, okay, am I going to stay or am I going to go? I mean, I can't put it any simpler. That's it. That's what you're left with. Am I going to stay Where am I going to go? And then you got all these different factors that just jump in. I spent time with this person. We've got children together. Uh, we started a business together. We did all of this stuff together, and I can't just walk out the door. But here's something that's important that I don't think a lot of people think about. If you're not happy, and we come to that point in narcissistic relationships when we realize that we're not happy and we can't remember the last time that we actually were happy. Think about that for a second. Hey, what's up, Scott? Scott Perry back in the house. You know, I don't know. And put it in the comments, people, um, if you disagree. But I think a relationship, especially one that's based on love, as it's supposed to be, you should be happy. I mean, not everything's going to be perfect all the time. I get that. I understand that. I'm not one of those people that say, "Oh, relationship should be." Thank you, legal eagle. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not saying that everything is going to be perfect because it's not. We're human beings. There's going to be something. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. Things are going to go haywire. Because you're two human beings. You're not brothers and sisters because that makes it super weird. But you're two different human beings, so you're going to clash, and every once in a while you're not going to agree on something. But see, to me, the mark of a good relationship is that you try to work it out. You try to work it out, and it may take a little while to work it out. But that doesn't mean that does not. Oh, thank you for sharing, Scott. I appreciate that. I'm going to bring you on in a second. That doesn't mean that you just throw in the towel. The first sign of turbulence, you're trying to jump off the ship. That's not a loving relationship. And I think when you begin to realize that you were the only one that was trying, that's like the first sign that you know that something is not right. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? Because you're confused. You're looking at this person and you're saying to yourself, but maybe I'm just overthinking it. Or maybe like they tell me constantly, I'm just being too sensitive. What do you do? That, my good friend, is the beginning of the trauma bond because you know this ish shouldn't be happening to you. You know at the very least you don't deserve this. In fact, every once in a while you ask yourself, do I deserve better? To me, once you ask that question, that is the first sign that you need to get the hell out. I'm not talking about y'all had a little spat or, somebody didn't take out the garbage or somebody didn't wash the dishes or, and saved or you says accept the fact that there is a problem. Yes, and thank you for putting that comment up. Because yes, and thank you for joining, Rebecca. You have to come to that pivotal point where you have to accept that there's something wrong. And when you're dealing with a narcissist, again, we bundle the narcissist into this whole thing of them being just like us. And they're not. They're not. They're very empty, angry at themselves, emotionally destabilized adults. They are. They are, and they get to go through life by hurting other people because that makes them feel superior. And their twisted little mind by hurting the very people that say that they love them, the very people that will go out of their way to do anything from them, the very people that are putting their own needs, their own feelings, their own pain to the back burner for this person that deep down inside, they care nothing about you. And that hurts because at your very core, you're thinking, maybe I can fix this. Maybe if I just become more understanding. Maybe if I love them just a little bit harder. Maybe if I say the same thing that I've been saying for the last 2, 3 years of how they're hurting me, that maybe, just maybe one day they will understand. Hope is the first chain that keeps you in the trauma bond. I can't say that enough. I think I'll be saying this on every live because that is what's keeping you trapped. Because, like I said in the beginning, back to the front of the wrench, you already know that something is wrong. So, how many of us have stayed in these dysfunctional relationships where we are trying harder and harder and harder each and every day, trying to fix this, to salvage this relationship that your partner already knows it's not salvageable. In fact, they're looking at their clock. They've got a timer on their watch saying, okay, give it about another week. Maybe if I disrespect them a little bit more, maybe if I feign that I don't know what they're talking about just to keep them in a circular argument with me, maybe if I do that enough, maybe they'll leave on their own. And that way I can go around and tell everybody else that I tried. They left me high and dry, and I don't know why. See, hope and potential is what keeps you in the trauma bond. Okay? And baby T, I'm going to bring you in here. I think we're friends. I'm not sure. And where's Scott at? Because Scott keeps me from talking too much. He does. Sometimes I appreciate this guy. I really do appreciate that guy. There you go. I'm going to accept that. There you go. Thank you, Scott. You can keep me from talking, man, because I think I'm a little bit more passionate than I was earlier today on the 2 p.m. live because I'm realizing that this whole thing is bigger than what I thought, especially when you know something isn't right. By the way, before you start, Scott is actually a coach. Okay, so if you guys ever need his services, I would go ahead and friend him now, see what he's doing, follow that creator, and I'm going to add somebody else. Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry. I can't hear you, Scott. Is it my phone? That could be the problem. There you go. Try it again.
You hear me?
Yes, I can. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Awesome. Yeah, I just want to say that I'm grateful for you, man.
But no, I mean, how do you feel about the thing that I talk about just about every live, the hope and the potential that are keeping survivors or could be survivors stuck?
We should let go though because like our abuser wants failure. They want us to be destroyed, and they want to be right about themselves because they hate themselves so much that they want to be right about them being unlovable. So they want to destroy us. They want to destroy the relationship.
Yes.
They don't want a relationship.
And isn't that a hard thing to swallow? This person that you've been sleeping next to for the last whatever amount of years, really, and Saved on You agrees with you, he says exactly, that you've been sleeping with all of these years to find out that they never wanted this to last. That they never, in fact, they were taking joy in you jumping through hoops. And
day one.
Good. Yes, since day one.
Day one.
That once they realized that you were an empath and you cared and you were going to keep on, Dolores says, hello, I'm at work today. I can't join right now. That's fine. That's fine. To realize this person actually, after the first conversation, not even the first date, that they already knew where this is going. You didn't know, but they knew, because this is what they've been doing most of their life. There has been no change in this whole behavioral pattern. They've gotten used to it. They've gotten quite well at it. And they go from person to person. Okay, so there's somebody that's probably saying to themselves right now, but mine might be a narcissist, but they're different. You don't understand. No, I understand. Scott understands. Everybody in this room that has gone through narcissistic abuse understands, because we've gotten that same play. It's like going to a Broadway show, coming out and say, you know what, I'm going to get a ticket to another show. And you go to the tickets thing and you buy another pair of tickets and you run back in and you say, wait a second. I just came out of here. This is the same play. That, in a nutshell, is the narcissist. Would you agree, Scott?
Absolutely, absolutely. They all have the same playbook, and they know about this discard from day one.
Yeah.
They enter the relationship knowing that they're gonna end it.
Yes. Please let me help many people out here. Yes, it seems so real in the beginning because there's a micro moment. And a lot of people don't understand this. The reason why they're attracted to you is because of what you have inside of you, the person that you are. You're probably a really good person. I can bet on that. You probably give your last to people. You probably go out and save your you. Yes, I'm getting to that. They do seek out certain types of people. And so they see you being the impact. I can guarantee most of your life you have been a people pleaser. You have been the person that tries to keep as much chaos out of the equation. You have been that person that if somebody's going through it and they call you 5 o'clock in the morning, you're wiping the sleep out your eyes and you're saying, just give me a second, let me just, brush my teeth and wash up and I'll be right over there. Those are the people that narcissists look for. And they see this in you. And it angers them. But at the same time, for a microsecond, believe it or not, the narcissist thinks that you're the one. You're the one that can fix them because they know that they're broken. For a micro moment, they think maybe this empath is different. But what happens is just maybe after that micro moment, they begin to hate you because of what you possess, because they know they will never be that person that is caring, that is willing to give of themselves to help another human being, that is all about loving, that is all about making a relationship last forever, that is really looking for a true soulmate. They take full advantage of that. Never get that twisted. Never think that your narcissist is different. Never think that your narcissist can be healed. The only person that is going to need healing after this is over is you. I can guarantee it. It always plays out the same. The narcissist goes on about their life. They go monkey branching. They go finding somebody else to replace you sometimes hours after they leave or after you leave. Who can be in a relationship for 10 years? Make this make sense, somebody. Who can be in a relationship for 10 years, 5 years, or even 2 years, and next time you turn around, they're in love with somebody else? Is that really love? Is that really love? Dolores says try 24. Well, we've had this conversation, I believe, and I'm not going to put anything out there, but you're a caring person. See, a lot of people, they don't understand that narcissists, their main goal is supply. Supply comes in many different forms, but it always has a form of control. Okay? So, supply can be anything. See, we all think it's just that the narcissist wants to, control our emotions, or they want a place to live, or they want your status. It can be anything. And sometimes, until they meet the empath, they do. What I consider to be monkey branching is they're just going around looking for admiration, someone to put them on a pedestal. So what they do is they monkey branch to get those quick fixes. It's like the main stuff that they're used to using isn't there. So the guy at the corner says, "Hey, you want to try this?" "Yeah, why not? Because what I really need is not here." That's what the narcissist does. And this is why empaths, I'm not talking about the interim supply. I'm not talking about the one that they say, "Okay, you think I'm beautiful? You think I'm handsome? Yeah, come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's get this done." I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the people that they frick with their last nerve, that they constantly introduce chaos into this person's life for no other reason but to see that it frustrates them. That lies to a person, their mate, their partner, just to see how far they can get away with it. To step outside of the relationship, just to see how much you'll tolerate. See, there's a huge difference. between the empath and the interim supply. The interim supply might not even know their last name, but the interim supply said what they needed to hear to make them feel a little bit more superior. So that's all you want. You gave me what I want. You can have what you want. People, this is why this course is not made for the interim supply. This course is made for the people that put their back into a relationship and then found out that it was never freaking real. Okay? Hey, Ricky, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate you. So, yeah, this is why I have this course and I figured out how to make it half off on TikTok. That took me a while. I was cray with that trying to get this.
I love that you brought up monkey branching because monkey branching is double cheating.
Huh? Yeah.
Like when they're cheating on you with the new supply, they're cheating on a new supply with you.
Yeah.
So they have no respect for the new supply since day one.
Right. And this is why, again, this hurts because back to the front of the ranch, you've given your all to this person. Thank you, legal Eagle, for the likes. I appreciate you. You gave your all to this person. So how did you're sitting up there, most empaths, I don't know every person on this planet, but most empaths, we're kind of loyal at our core. We're more concerned in making the relationship grow. We're more concerned of riding off into the sunset with our partner on the horse next to us. We're not concerned about finding entertainment outside of that relationship. We're trying to bolster and fortify our relationships. Not the narcissist. And people, again, it's a matter of understanding that they have a disorder. They don't think like us. So the way, because we think long term, yes, and I'm glad you brought that up, Saved on You, because the narcissist is very impulsive. If it works right there at the moment, this is how they usually screw themselves over. And I'm not saying that to feel sorry for them.
They rather you lose than they win.
Yeah.
Like they don't want win-win. They want you to lose.
Yep.
No matter what. They'd rather lose than for you to win.
Yes. Yeah, they will literally burn the house down. Yes, you're right, by any means. They will literally burn the house down. They will destroy. This is why people go through so much financial stress with them, is because they don't care. As long as you're losing, hey, I'll help you mess up the money. I'll help you mess up the business. What else you need messed up? I'm going to help you. Not understanding that if you built a business with this person, think about it, they're affected too. No, it doesn't matter that they're affected. They figure they can figure it out later as long as they destroy you. As long as they destroy the business that you are actually passionate about. It's not about them. It's about making your impact. They need to break you. This is the only way that they can deal with themselves throughout life. They need to freaking break you. I mean, what do you have to say about this? Huh?
They're kamikazes.
Yeah. I guess that's the best way to put it. Yes. I think so. I think they are kamikazes. I'm going to bring Sage or you in. Legal Eagle, you're welcome to join. If you want to, let's get this conversation going. If you don't want to join, that's fine. If you,
by the way, thank you for this, man. Thank you.
What do you mean, thank you? This is what we do.
I know, but it's still like gratitude is attitude. The narcissists don't have gratitude.
Yeah, the narcissists will never do anything like that. I don't think they would help each other. I don't think
they would kill each other.
Right. They would. This is why sometimes. Okay, so let me give you this dynamic, and people let me know if you agree. So sometimes the new supply is actually someone that you know. No, I'm dead serious. Okay, they got no boundaries. Okay, so if the new supply is someone you know, in my mind, that person is a narcissist because they know you, they know them, they know that they're in the middle of something that they don't belong in, so they're basically willing to hurt another person. Okay, so what happens is, wait, hold on one second. Somebody put something. Sonny says, my husband left me after 37 years Oh wow, 37 years of marriage. Wow. So what happens is that the narcissist and that person, I've seen a lot of creators talk about this, the person that knew you both, which is now the new supply, that new supply now thinks that they're better than you because remember they know you. So they figure they've coveted what you have. So by default, I've got to be better than you. I took this away from you. Okay. So what you'll find is they are hoping. This is why I say stay no contact. Okay. They're hoping that your breakdown will make them stronger. This is why it's important that you heal. Okay. Because now you've got two people that are depending on you being crushed, demolished, everything. That's what they want. Okay. So thank you very much, Savior. Yes, that's what they want. So you've got two narcissists. Now, once you heal and you pull that energy back, it's like a feeding frenzy. They start attacking each other because or she said, let me get a pen and paper.
That's why no contact is so important because no contact helps everyone else.
Yeah, yeah. So you'll find that that new supply that knew you both, which is probably a narcissist or has many narcissistic traits, you'll find that they will become like cannibals. They'll try to destroy each other. Their unhappiness actually begins when you begin to heal. Then they start attacking each other because you're the glue, just like you were the glue that held that relationship together. You're the glue holding their relationship together because they're both feeding off of your pain. Think about that.
Triangulation.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah.
Like the new supply, the narcissist is using the old supply as a form of triangulation against the new supply.
Right. Right. That's what they do. And this is why people need clarity. Because you'll find yourself, and I was there, okay, you'll find yourself all over the ship trying to fix these little holes because all of this emotion is pouring in, all this confusion is pouring in. So you're running all around the ship, and just as you get to the next hole, another hole comes out. Okay. I think because I'm somewhat of a critical thinker that I had to make it make sense because it wasn't working. I would fix one hole, I'd be all right for a couple of days, and here comes another hole. Okay. So I had to find a system. Excuse me. And this, oh God, I hate that. This is when I created this course. Okay, this course came. I'm going to think about 2 months after I felt I was safe, clear, and free. I didn't have to worry about falling back, and especially with the drama that I went through. As far as the children that we had together. Once I could handle that part, because your children will be weaponized against you. I hate to tell you this, they will. They will be drawn into the battle. You know, Once I could deal with that, I was like, okay, I'm good. I'm good because see, I don't care about the narcissist. Let me tell you a secret. Once you leave, you're not in a relationship with them anymore. You're not. So none of the old rules apply. All you're looking for is peace. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. So once you get to that stage, I figure you're healed. I do. I feel that you're happy. I'm figuring that you're healed. I'm feeling that you can go on with your life. But
And narcissists
good.
look at children as objects.
Yeah.
Look at them as child soldiers.
What people don't they look at as objects? You are a construct. You are like a little.
Everyone's a construct. Everyone's an object.
Yes. When the narcissist meets someone, automatically it's like they make this little cutout picture giving them attributes. What will this person be able to do for me? How can I get this person to do this? I told someone to run a test because I remember conversations with my mom. And you know how you forget somebody that you both know? You forget, you just can't bring them. Yes, everyone must be used in some way. You're correct, Say, so I used to, I forget a person, I'd be like, You know this person, blase, blase, boom, and then they would tell me name. That doesn't help me because I don't know who the person is. One thing I noticed was the description on what value they put on that person. Nothing, or their lack of value. It wasn't how you describe a person. Him or her. They always got this coat on in the winter, or they talk a lot, or this, that, and the other stuff like that. You would expect. However, it could be like, oh yeah, they got this car. They always give us a ride if we need a ride. We can always count on them to come over and do this for us. We can. It's always what purpose do you serve? Or it could be the opposite. Oh, you don't like the date. You can't ask them for nothing. They'll never do anything for you. You ask them for a favor, no matter how many favors you do for them, they're not going to be there for you. Everybody has a purpose, or they don't have a purpose. This includes
either you're functional or you're dysfunctional.
Yes, and this includes everyone. No one is clear. I'm not talking about children, parents, brothers, sisters, cousins. No one. Their supposed friend from day one, they serve a purpose, or they don't serve a purpose. This is why narcissists, because people that I guess get hit to the game or have healed from a narcissistic relationship, they don't want to mess with them anymore. And instead of you wanting revenge, guess what their revenge is? Guess what karma has in plan for them? Because all the people they screwed around through their life, do you think those people are going to stick around for them? Do you think those people are going to say, oh, you're getting older? They're not going to help them carry groceries in the house. They're not. They can have a wheelchair, oxygen bag, everything else. I'm not dealing with you.
Narcissists are extremely self-destructive.
Yes, and that's why it's important.
They burn down their own bridges.
Yes, this is why it's important that you heal and stop worrying about them. That's why
they're going to be destroyed anyway. Like whatever you do, they're going to still destroy themselves.
Yes, it really doesn't matter. When you look at the bigger picture, which narcissists can never do, think about it. If you went around treating people the way they treated you, how far do you think you would get through this existence? With the support of people. How far? I can't click the item. Okay, Warrior, she got the course, and she's having a few problems. Like I said, if you can, I'm going to make it good. If you can give me that thing that I asked for in the last communication, I'll go ahead and figure it out for you. Okay, it should take me a few minutes after that. TikTok dropped the ball on her course, so we're trying to figure it out. But this is why I tell people, you've got to give up on hope. And you know where hope comes from? Let me tell you where hope really, really comes from. It comes from the version they sold you in the beginning. And yes, I use that word correctly. They sold
the facade.
You. Huh? Yeah, the facade. Yeah, go ahead, speak about it. I need coffee.
It's a facade. It's a lie from day one.
Yep.
It's the con job.
Yep. The mask. You are correct. And I want to address it. Thank you, Sago. I always say this a lot because Carl Jung helped me understand this, and he never used the word narcissist. I don't think that word was used by him at all in any of his publishings. But to a certain extent, just using psychiatry, so to a certain extent, we all wear masks. Okay. But the difference between the narcissistic personality disorder and the rest of humanity is that our masks are kind of part of us, meaning that we don't have to make up a false identity to get through life. The narcissist is literally a mask. It's something that if you could picture them when they go to work, when they go home, if they mass commute, when they're on the train. Right, they're not people. They are narcissists. Let me tell you this, and don't believe me, go look it up for yourself. Mental health professionals say that narcissists have what is called a fractured identity. Think about that. a fractured identity. Their identity, whenever they hit that point where that trauma that they refused to deal with came into their life and they said, I'm just going to push it down. And the easiest way to push it down is to hurt other people. Once they got to that point, along the way, they took bits and pieces, fragments from other people. They're not truly bits and pieces because what makes you makes you. Nobody else can have that same exact thing that you have inside of you. Okay? And these are all little puzzle pieces that they move around constantly. The things that I'm going to tell you what people don't understand is, and blessed 456 debating switch. Yes, it literally is debating switch. What people don't understand is the way that the narcissist mirrored you. They're probably with the if the new supplier doesn't know you, they're probably using phrases that they thought in their mind made you seem special. You know, they're probably sharing things that you shared with them to make themselves look a little bit more intelligent and not truly understanding it. Huh?
Narcissists are pirates.
Yeah, yeah. So he,
from other people and just use it.
Yes. So they have this fractured identity. Yes, exactly. They turn into you. They try to turn into you. See, and blessed 456, thank you for saying that. They try to turn into you because they can't. They can't. They can't. And believe it or not, this is what makes the hate kick off. Because in the beginning of the relationship, they played the competition. Anything you can do, I can do better. Okay. And I'm going to guarantee that 99.9% of the time they failed at it. That made them hate you because they have to deal with the fact that they're at some point they're not superior to you. See, the narcissist mindset is based on the fact that they are superior to everyone else on this planet. You know, and let me see. Save you says, from my experience, they usually have or had parent upholding their deficiencies. Well, the core of the flying monkeys is always their family. There's no way you can say it because usually when the discard or the reverse discard happens, they usually turn to their family and they tell the same exact story that they told when they got out the relationship before you, and the relationship before that, and the relationship before that. People are not that stupid. They foster that.
Cycle over and over.
Yeah.
And over.
Their family sees it more than anybody else. So yeah, they're going to play along because 9 times out of 10, it protects their dysfunction. See, if we side with this person that we know is dysfunctional, just by the stuff they come back and tell us, we know they're dysfunctional. But we've got dysfunctional parts too. When what Blessed 456 said, my uncle did the same thing to each woman he had. Yes. Yes. And there has to be someone that says, wait a second. That was the same exact thing you said that happened to the last guy or the last girl. What the hell is wrong with you? You ever think it might be your problem? They're never going to say that. In fact, they're going to help the narcissist attack the victim, the abused. That's what they're going to do.
Absolutely. The flying monkeys have toxic loyalty.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, and that's why you need to, this is the reason why you need to, I used to have this thing, because the last narc that I was with, I figured that they would have meetings about me in the Batcave. You would think that I was Satan's firstborn. Okay, I'm dead serious. You know, everybody had a dart to throw. Everybody had to say something said under their breath. The reason being post was I figured out it wasn't really me. They knew what they were. They knew the person that I was involved with. So this was done to boost their ego. So hopefully that, well, can you stick this one out?
They want to buy peace.
Yes. Yes. You know, and we know each other time it wouldn't last long. Yeah, we do know each time it won't last long. We do. I went to 3 of them. And the reason why I think I survived, I think that because I was younger, Maybe they weren't as good as they could have been. Maybe, so I found it easier to bounce back, but that's one thing that I hold as big. In fact, it's the last module in the course, is reclaiming yourself. So I found it easier the first two to reclaim myself. This one, oh my God, I thought that I met Satan. By the time I figured out what the hell was going on, I'm like, God, and the power of Christ can compel you. I want to say that walking around the house. And it was this is what made me say, thank you for the follow, blessed for 456. This is what made me say, once I understood what I was going through, there is no way in the world I could let another person go through this. No way in the world.
Same exact thing, brother. Same story.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and thank you for following me, blessed 456.
Once we go through this and like we realize what we went through, it's like we don't want anyone to go through what we went through.
It's so scary. It's so scary to think that we have people that walk amongst us, and that's why every once in a while, yes, I am ordained, but that's why every once in a while I say this is spiritual warfare. Because I can't think of any other way to put it. You got empaths. Empaths are good freaking people. They are. They're really good people. They try to change the world. A lot of empaths throughout history, because they went really hard on trying to right a wrong or make the rest of humanity understand like this is not the way we should coexist. And then you got the freaking narcissists. I think the only thing they don't have is red skin and horns. I think that's the only thing. So yes, this is spiritual warfare. This is essentially good versus evil. And here's the deal: we circle. Anybody that reads Carl Jung will understand this. We circle each other. That's why empaths get caught. Narcissists, their number one food group, the thing that they need to make their life perfect is a freaking empath. The reason why empaths fall for this is because at that, and I can guarantee it, you are at the stage of your life when you may not have a name for it, but you was looking for your soulmate. You were looking for that person that got you. You were looking for that person that understood you. You were looking for that person that you could walk hand in hand into the sunset with. You know, why did I just said that, Savior? It's good versus evil. It is. I mean, in the scheme, go ahead.
Hey, if you think about it, Christ himself was crucified.
Right. Right. By a narcissist.
Yes.
And the narcissist actually screwed him over. Look, anytime when you think about it, anytime that there is the potential for control, the narcissist will be there. Might not be the person up in front, but there'll be someone in that person's ear giving them false information to actually make sure that the narcissist plan goes through. You know. No, you good, you good. This is a safe space. You ask whenever. You know.
Yeah, hey, this is a safe space, so just be free.
Yeah, I'm good with everybody's thoughts in this.
Yeah, we're not narcissists. We want like free expression here.
Yeah. And I wish there were more. See, it's ramped up through the last year because this has become a problem in society. But there were really not that many lives out there like there are now where people can actually talk about it. People can unburden. People can come into a room and feel like, okay, it's not just me. I'm not being emotional. I'm not being too sensitive. This really happened. You know, I was on somebody's live today, not on it, but I was listening to it. And Blessed 456 says, yes, if you're an empath, you will be surrounded by not. Hey, yo, I am telling you, like I said, and Scott, you're going to agree with this. Once you get out of this, the only thing you got out of that relationship was you got your spidey sense. You can sense a narcissist. You can. You can. Once you get past the stage of hypervigilance, once you get past that stage of being hypervigilant where you overthink everything, you can comfortably, I know I can comfortably say, if I'm talking to somebody within a half an hour, I can tell what I'm dealing with. If I am, let's say I take it further than a half an hour, if they're really, really good, it'll take me about a week, maybe two at the most. But I'll know that I need to cut ties immediately. This is another narcissist. Thank you for the lights. But yeah, you'll find that they're attracted to you, okay, because you're their number one food supply. You know, if someone offered you a White Castle or a steak, which one are you going to take if you eat beef?
Steak.
There you go. You're going to take that tomahawk. You're going to say, okay, I'll take this. I'll go. You know, it's going to always be better than, hell, a Big Mac. You're going to take the steak. The narcissist is going to take the steak. You are the steak. The perfectly seasoned well with just a little bit of black peppers and just a pinch of salt. Medium rare. They're gonna sit you right on their plate. And all they're trying to figure out is how long they can drain you for supply. How long can they keep you strung along? How long they can keep you hoping. Because that's what they're betting on. You know, yeah, I tried to bring you up.
They want quality and we are quality. Empathy is quality and they don't have, so they want.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna bring bless. I see the request. I apologize. I see that. My phone acts so stupid. Thank you for coming up. I appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate your platform. So once I woke up, I realized how many narcissists were in my family, were in my friendships, were in my relationships, were in my situationships, at work. And once you wake up, you can't go back to sleep. It's like that movie. Once you take the red pill or the blue pill, you can't go back.
Yep.
And so I know that narcissism is fairly new. The word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the word.
Okay.
But from the beginning of time, we've had narcissism. So Cain killed Abel, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just start there and then and bring it on down to this is one of the reasons why the Roman Empire failed. This is one of the reasons why more people are waking up to actually what's going on.
Yep.
There have been people who have been married to 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, and they finally get it. Because as an empath, you totally want to please people. You want to do all these things because you're an empath.
Yep.
But at some point, we have to say, okay, we got to stop serving other people and serve ourselves first. And that's pretty much what the wake up is about. It's not about being mean. It's not about telling people, oh, you're a narcissist. It's about waking up to it and turning around and doing what's best for you.
Yes.
It's not about being, taking back. You just taking back your power, but you're giving that power to someone else who appreciates it, who is reciprocal.
Say that again.
Who can love you the way you need to be loved.
Can you say that again?
And we need to be loved. And do you remember? I know you remember that song by the Beatles. All we need is love.
Yep.
Which is true.
Yep.
And the empaths are waking up and we're filling in the gaps. That's what we came here for.
Yep.
We came to wake up the rest of us.
Yep.
There's far and few in between. You'll know who they are. You'll know who they are. But same thing with narcissists or just the characteristics of narcissism. You'll know who they are. You don't have to spend much time with them before you can figure out what it is.
Yep.
And I'm not in the business of telling people who they are. I'm in the business of knowing who I am and keep it moving.
There you go. I love that.
That's all I wanted to add.
No, that's good. Stick around.
About narcissism now, and I'm hoping that more people are waking up to it.
Right. And Saber, you said she agrees with you. Yes, we learn through experience.
Yes, because they will suck the life out of
you. Go ahead.
They will suck the literal life out of you.
Yes.
And they're vampiric.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter, good or bad. It's about reaction. They don't care if it's loving or if it's hatred, but just react. That's why I forget what it's called, but leaving them alone and stop talking to them. What's it called? What's the term called?
Gray rock or no contact?
No contact.
Yeah.
Gray rock is fine too. still with them, and you cannot call them out. Yep. You cannot tell them what your plan is.
Oh, hell to the no.
Move in silence.
Yep.
Get your stuff together. You cannot let them know what's going on in your life.
Yep. Yep.
There's gonna be there's not on here following because you know.
Oh, I know that they right outside the door. You know where it says click to join the live? They right outside the door.
Because they want to know how can I fool? Because you're gonna wake up to it. A lot of people will call it how I woke up was it's the push and pull. It's the
intermittent reinforcement. It's called intermittent reinforcement.
Yeah, Mr. Hyde. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. And that's what got me started. And I was a psych student. And
wow.
I think that a psych student would understand this, right? But
sometimes no.
In the DSM-5, if you are not going through this, you will not understand it.
No.
You can study all day, but if you have never experienced this, it is very hard to detect.
Yep. Well, not even detect. I think that you have, unless you've experienced it. My belief is, unless you've experienced it, like you said, you can study it all you want, but you can't put one and one together. You have to actually live through it and see. You know, when you look at the DSM-5, yeah, you might catch up the lack of empathy, but all the things in the DSM-5, those 9 criterion. Actually, you know, if you just separate them one by one, you're just dealing with a person that wasn't raised right or is slightly dysfunctional. But if you live through it, you'll find it easier to put 5 of those criterion together, you know, just from what you're experiencing.
Yes.
You know, so yeah, I mean, that's why when I was hypervigilant, I don't know if you guys went through this, when I was hypervigilant, you hit one of the criteria, and I was like, oh, I'm ghost. I don't want to be around you. But then you push people away, and they don't understand why. And not all people. Some people just wasn't raised right. You know, some people don't know how to be empathetic. You know, some people just want to feel grandiose. But one of those things by themselves, you're not dealing with a narcissist. And narcissists like that because they get to tell their victims, like, oh, that's what everybody's talking about. Nobody knows what a narcissist is. Right?
The thing that I experience is the accountability
process then, or they want us enslaved.
Yes, and the lack of accountability. The lack. That's one that is a big one for me. The lack of accountability. Not wanting to say, okay, my bad, my fault. How can we correct this? It's never that.
It's never going to happen. That's never going to happen.
It's always our fault.
And you fall in love with yourself. I know a lot of people say, well, I was in love with it. You were in love with your own traits.
Yep.
They never displayed anything that you could fall in love with.
Yep.
Now, they've been with so many people. Yeah, they know how to have good sex. But it's something missing.
Yep.
You always find something is just not. It's just not right.
It's not adding up.
Yep,
it's not adding up.
They mimic. They're not real. They mimic.
Yes.
Yes.
And part of what they use to, I guess, turn down your red flag system is they spend a lot of time mirroring you. They spend a lot of time in data collection mode because this is why I tell people
the love bombing.
Yes,
the love bombing. Yes.
They know exactly what they're doing because they gather information to use presently and in the future. What I tell most people is, and I had to find this out in my last one, was I really knew nothing about them. I really didn't. Nothing. The way that I understood them is like I grew up in the projects, so there was a person I played with every once in a while that lived on the 3rd floor, and we thought we were cool, but I knew nothing about this person. How can you be in a relationship with someone where you tell them everything about you, but when you look back, I really didn't know anything about them.
Everything they tell you is a lie.
Well, we like to share too because we want to get close to people, so we find.
Well, that's the empath way. Yeah.
It gets us close.
Yeah.
However, we're not understanding that they already have a motive.
Right.
So, the vampire is waiting to suck the life out of you.
Yes.
And the closer they can get to you to do that,
mm-hmm.
and then we're just giving them information, you know.
Yeah.
We're so open. We just want love.
Because that's what we think a relationship is about. Being vulnerable to your partner.
It is. Exactly. But because they cannot reciprocate any of that, they don't have the. Okay, so it's like a Volkswagen, you know. The engine used to be in the back.
Right.
Okay. In the 60s and 70s. And so it had no way to air condition unless you were either going downhill or.
Okay.
Okay, so there's no air condition that you can turn on in them.
Right.
They just don't have it. They're not born with it. And people say, "Oh no, they're made of." No. They are born into the conditions that help them to develop in it, but they are born without something, and I know it.
Well, I'm going to tell you something, and I hate to interrupt you, but again, just from my studies into this in a few books, narcissists, another reason, and I say this often, another reason why narcissists and empaths circle each other is because we're kind of made from the same trauma. Not the same exact thing that happened, but as with all things in life, there's always a choice, okay? The narcissist willingly chooses to hide from, instead of dealing with this thing, they choose that they're going to hide from it, okay? And the empath, on the other hand, feels this pain and says, you know what? I don't want anybody to go through this. So this is the dynamic that is why I call it spiritual warfare. It's like Satan came from, the angels. Okay?
I don't think that they have a mechanism to be able to.
They choose not to have that mechanism. They choose it.
And even in choosing, I don't really believe that they can.
Oh no, they don't want to. Once they decide that they're going to hide from it, that becomes their lifelong journey. That's me. That becomes their lifelong journey.
Sad that they cannot heal themselves and they cannot be genuine with themselves. And it's just one big lie, and they're going through life empty.
Well, they don't even know who they are. They don't even have their own identity.
They're highly self-destructive. You can give them everything, and they'll still destroy it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this comes from the hate and the shame inside of them. Again, everything boils down to choice. That was we can just go back to the beginning. Everything begins with choice. They choose this path because I can guarantee you, and you don't have to share this. Nobody has to share this. But I can guarantee if you think that you're an empath, you experienced some pain early on in your life. You experienced something that you probably still wrestle with, but you refuse to make somebody else have to deal with it or try to hurt somebody else because of it. In fact, you feel bad if you see that in somebody else, you automatically want to help them. That's a choice. Does that make sense or no?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. And I see people make all different kinds of points, and I agree with them as well. So I've experienced people at church and people who say that they believe in Christ. They're churchgoers. They say they believe in the Bible. They say, but there's something missing. There's something very important missing in them.
Yep. You're probably carrying into their emptiness.
Put a finger on it.
They're like zombies. They're walking zombies.
I think you're peering into their emptiness. As an empath, we see that.
It's an emptiness.
Yeah. We see that emptiness.
And the fact that we think it's sad means that we're empaths because we actually feel bad for the narcissist.
Yeah.
The narcissist looks at us as garbage.
Yep. Isn't that a shame? Exiting, we kind of feel bad for them.
Yeah, because they can't grow.
Yeah, they
There's
can't.
no growth there.
Yeah.
There's never any growth. They get to a certain point, probably where they got hurt, and that's as far as they go.
Yeah.
You see grown people walking around, but they're actually children.
Yeah. You hit it on the nose. You hit it on the nose. They are literally children.
Unless they want to change and hit rock bottom, a lot of them won't change, and they.
No.
They're toddlers who are just perpetually throwing tantrums.
Yes.
I just.
We have one in charge of the country.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're right. But America owns this app. Please don't get me blacklisted.
It's the truth, though.
It is the truth. I know. He hits all 9 of the criterion.
And also, speaking of that guy, he's extremely self-destructive.
It's chaos.
Everything he's doing is self-destructive.
Everywhere they go, they create chaos, and that's one way you can know who they are.
Yes. We're just going to say the orange person. Leave it at that. Don't get me blacklisted, please.
Yeah, no. I can't waste my energy on that. But the experience. There's another thing. I'm drawn to other empaths as well as narcissists.
Okay.
I'm drawn to both.
Right.
But it takes me a minute to figure out. But not that long. It don't take that long.
Right.
Now that I have woken up to my discernment. I always had it, but I had so much empathy. I was like, oh, that person can change. Oh, well, they just, it's always, But then I started thinking, wait a minute, to my detriment? I don't think so.
Yeah. And this is another thing. Since we're on this subject, this is why it's important that you heal, is because there's somebody out there in the multiverse waiting on closure. You got out, you got free, or they got out and now you're free, and you're sitting up there waiting for closure from this person. I often ask this question, why?
Yeah, you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
They don't want to have closure because they want the ossify to chase after them.
Yeah.
Big competition with the news supply.
Well, that's the game.
Yep.
That's the game.
Yep.
Yeah, they want to take the ossify with the news supply. They want that chaos.
Yep.
Yeah, they know you want to clear it up. But a Sagar, you says, no, and we cannot. You will know the tree by its fruit. That's what the Bible does say.
Yep.
You will know the tree by its fruit. So that's so true.
Yep.
And so we have to see what kind of tree you are, but it takes sometimes a bit of time.
Right.
Once you get hurt by that and you go, you get with God and God heals you from that and get you in synchronicity and get you aligned, and then the other empaths will start showing up in your life.
Yes. That's what I'm going to be talking about next week is trust.
Oh, good.
Yeah, trust. Okay. And I'm not going to say getting back in the dating field because it's not about dating, but believe it or not, even though you wasted a crazy amount of time with this person.
And I don't see it as a waste.
No, you learned, of course.
Experience.
But can I say something? In a real relationship with a person without a disorder, that is, whether the relationship works or not, that's one of the things. You should walk away with something. A way of thinking something is. We do walk away with something, but I don't like to press that narrative. The reason being is because what we walk away with is we never want to find ourselves in this again.
Ever. Oh, yeah. It's...
You understand what I'm saying? I don't. That's why I don't. I guess that's why I don't pitch it that way, because that somebody's holding on to hope, and they're going to use our words to say, oh, this person does stand a chance. No, they don't.
Dr. Romney says we have to have radical acceptance.
Yes.
Dr. Romney teaches.
I like her.
Acceptance. Hey, this person is this way, and they're just not going to change. Now you can change.
Yep.
But you can't make someone else change. They have to do it for themselves. It's just like school. When you're in school, you're in the second or third grade, and finally the light bulb comes on. And, oh, wait a minute. That's how it's.
But that doesn't happen with them.
That waking up. That's how it happens. Wait a minute. What?
Hey, does anybody follow Lee Hammond? He's what they call a self-aware narcissist.
I love Lee Hammond.
Okay, So he just put up a video last week, and he actually addressed this. Self-aware narcissists, the reason why they call themselves that is because they're self-aware. They understand the mechanism that goes on inside their head. But if you go look on his timeline, he put up a video last week where someone asked him, like, well, how did you cure it? He actually said, I will never be cured.
Never.
Okay? So that's why I tell people they're not coming back. Because if you give some people that's caught in the trauma bond just a ray of sunshine, that this person stands a chance of being fixed, they're gonna run with that. Let me answer this question real quick.
Yeah, the only reason why Lee Hammock does what he does is he wants to be better than other narcissists.
There you go.
That's the only reason.
And this is how he gets his supply as well.
The only reason why Lee Hammock does what he does is he wants to be better than other narcissists.
And he helps me understand that thought pattern, because that he was essential in my healing journey. Because
yes,
before I got on, I used to say he was mostly on FB. I started seeing him over there, and I started just like binge watching this. Him and we told me it's not a self-aware narcissist. But let me just answer this. Orphan narcs, this is from Legal Eagle. Orphan narcs are raised with a disorganized attachment style to their caregiver. Yeah, that's that early trauma. That's all you can. 99.8% of the time, you can actually, if you wanted to dig deep into what broke this person, you'll probably look at their caregivers. It was something that their caregivers did that actually gave them that early childhood trauma where the world just didn't make sense and it caused them a lot of pain. When you look at it,
I would also say the empaths go through the same thing.
Yeah, of course they do.
We just surrenders to humanity. The empath doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, we do the same thing. I mean, my mother was I actually talked this out with my brother. Our mother's still alive, but we used to look at it as a fractured family because me and my brother don't speak to her anymore. That's because deep down inside we knew we needed peace. All the things that narcissists do, our mother did to us. And as I got older, I was like, okay, she's still my mother, but the easiest way to deal with her is just not to deal with her.
And then have you researched your mother's past, because there's always something. She was probably not.
Yeah, but it definitely wasn't my grandparents, because my grandparents actually raised me. They kind of picked up the ball, and a lot of things. The reason why I've gotten through so many things in life were the things that they took the time to teach me. In fact, I look at my grandparents as because I took that into account. I was like, was that grandpa like that?
It's not always the parents.
Yeah, that's why I said 99.8.
It's something that they're born without. They don't have the capability to do it. They don't have the capability to have empathy. They don't have the capability to say I'm sorry. To take.
Well, there is a part of your brain that's smaller than the rest of the world.
But they're the masters of blame shifting. They want one finger rather than use the thumb.
Exactly. No accountability. And so it's always, well, that person did this and this person did that.
Yeah.
But at some point, you have to in your life say, okay, but I was there as well. What was my part in that?
You know what? You sound just like me. Because if I'm in the middle of a situation, I had to play some part in it. I had to, and that's the first thing that I do is try to figure out what I could have done different so that the situation would become better.
Yeah, the first person we look at is ourselves.
Right.
Always.
Right.
But someone who displays narcissistic behavior is never looking at themselves. It's always someone else.
Which is why they never grow. Which is why they never grow beyond what they grow at.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that people who are listening are waking up to this and that they find a safe place to go.
Yeah.
A safe person to discuss this with. Because it's not this is not something that's happening to just one or two people. This is happening all over the planet. People are waking up all over the planet to this
demented.
Demonic and demented lifestyle.
Yep. And it's crazy because we accept it based on what? The illusion that we got presented in the beginning.
Right, but because the bait and switch.
Yeah.
They start off, they mirror you.
Mm-hmm.
They mirror you. They find out the things that you like, and I like that too, and that's my favorite song too, and I like doing. Knowing that they don't like doing that stuff.
Yeah, but they're gonna make themselves do it.
They have to make once they find out that you have fallen for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's when the cutoff switch starts.
Yep.
That's when they start going cold, and then one day
the timer.
You're like, well, what's changed? I don't understand. You start thinking about what did I do? What is it that I did?
Oh, they love that.
But I actually got to tell my partner, hey, something is different about us. I kind of feel like it's a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde situation. And you know what he said?
What?
Yeah. He said, yeah. Yeah. That kind of makes sense. So I don't believe that sometimes they are fully aware of what is going on.
Well,
but they feel a sensation that they have to do these things in order to survive.
Well, no.
And they think that they're destined to do it. And that's why they do it.
Well, let me ask you a question. If you notice when you're the narcissist, this is where we come back to the mask, they don't act that way at work. Or if they run a business. Huh?
You're right.
You know?
Because
they
use us as their personal punching bag.
Yeah.
So they can go out in public and act normal.
Yeah.
We are their emotional regulation.
And they dump it on us rather than other people.
Yeah, we are their regulation.
Emotionally.
Yep.
Absolutely.
They can't do their own regulation, so they have to do it through us.
Yep, they have to. They can't, and this is where, this is why I tell people, stop seeking revenge. I get it. They hurt the shit out of me. I understand that. Believe me, I understand it.
But when hates their existence.
Right. So if you start looking for revenge, all you're doing is helping them feel better about themselves. Look, this person is still reacting to me. They're still stupid.
Good or bad.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They want to be relevant when they are irrelevant.
They have to be relevant.
Right. That was the word.
That's why they call it supply.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You are right. You're right. And Sandra, you says they act different in public. Yes, this is part of the mask. This is part of what they need to do. Because, see, when they get rid of you, they need to make sure that everybody else thinks that they're the pillar of society. They're the greatest person ever. They're better than sliced bread.
They've already plotted.
Yeah. Oh, shit. You're at least 3 weeks too late to the game.
Oh,
at least.
They usually have 1 or 2 or 3 on the side.
Yeah.
That they're, and that's another thing. Mine worked all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that was the cover up.
Uh-huh.
It was the cover up for having relations outside of
the
relationship. Because I'm just he just works all the time. No.
Well, mine's
you out with your uniform on, but you going to your next girlfriend's house.
Yeah.
To get the supply, and then they talk about Dr. Rami. I can't remember which one.
She's good.
Talks about this about the main supply, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you are the main supply because you are the one who helps to regulate.
Yep.
The other ones, they're just getting a source, a small supply from.
Admiration.
So they have to seek to find, but they'll never find a supply like you.
Right, but they now see, this is where I'm not going to say stupid, where they don't think things through. Well, thank you. I just didn't want to say it. I don't want to say it, but thank you. That's a better word. So what happens is sometimes, and you can tell this because they will ramp up the abuse. If they think that they've got the new supply where they can be sustained by them, yes. You didn't see anything. You did not see anything.
There's a lot of time lapses.
Yep.
Because there gets to be a lot of time, and they will stop having sexual relationships.
Oh, intimacy is out the window. Yeah, that's out the window.
There's no more intimacy.
Yeah.
It's always, either you don't feel like it or they start an argument.
Yeah, exactly, yes.
Argument over
who wants to do anything after that?
He came home and started an argument over a
Yeah, that's what they do. That's what they do.
And then when I mentioned it to him a year later, he got that little smirk on his face.
The narcissistic smirk.
Yeah, like what is that? The Grinch. He turned into the Grinch, and that little went up on that one side. Like, okay, I know what I'm dealing with now.
Yeah.
Because it takes some time.
Yeah, it does.
Figure it out.
It does. It really does. We find that, again, and I tell survivors not to be so hard on themselves. And what I mean by survivors is you got out. There's hope. But you can't be super hard on yourself because you'll drive yourself crazy. And
the same RU says the smirk is gruesome.
It is. It's the most.
Because I can still see it.
I didn't even have to be looking at them, and I would actually say, you can take that smirk off of your face. Because I knew it was there. And any time that I got pulled out of position where I'm just like fuming because I'm in a circle jerk conversation, it's like, you know what I'm saying. Anybody over the age of 6 would understand what I'm saying to you. Why are you acting as if you don't understand the words coming out of my mouth? They won't do it because
they want chaos. They want to fight.
Well, it's not even that. It's the feigned ignorance. It's like this is something I can tell my 4-year-old and they would understand.
The stupidest things.
But once it comes out my mouth, it's like, oh, you're crazy. Nobody thinks that. Why would you say that? Why would you think that's correct? Because this is just like the bare minimum for most human beings on this planet. And yes, that's exactly how I would say it. This is the bare minimum. And you don't understand it?
Well, they don't want to understand.
I know, because they're getting a reaction out of you. You're getting upset. Yep, you're getting upset. And
I still need something in your world.
Yep.
They want to tear you down. They want to frustrate you.
Yep.
But man, after you get that peace and you get that discernment and you know who they are.
Oh, you never go on that.
Step back and you don't give them that power anymore.
Yep.
Oh, they get on.
Yep.
They get angry.
Yep. And let me read this from Glitter Onyx.
They start like doing violent stuff and they're crazy.
Yeah. So Glitter Onyx says they love chaos and enjoy you being confused. Yes. This is how they regulate themselves, believe it or not.
Yes. They want to destroy you so they feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
That's their life.
Yep. Yeah, this is literally their food. This is literally their food.
They are the pain, so they want to pass the pain.
Yeah. Yep. That's what I like to say. Pass the pain. I'm empty. I'm hurt inside. I'm ashamed of myself. Let me just pass some of this on to you.
And it's the shame.
Yeah.
It's the shame that they can't get out of.
Yep.
That rules them totally.
And
shame.
And many people don't understand is they kind of know that they're doing something wrong. They definitely know that they're doing something wrong. But do you know in that micro moment that they justified in their head? This is how they get past what they're doing.
Gymnastics in their mind.
Yeah. They actually explain, and it's based on almost like that criterion that they think that everybody is envious of them or they're envious of everyone else, is because in their head they will justify, well, I did it to you first, just in case you was going to do it to me.
Yes.
Yeah, they want to destroy you because they think you're going to destroy them. It's like when you have nothing but love for them.
Right. That is the thing.
Like, even when it's like I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do anything to you. I'm supporting you.
Right. And that's what makes you stupid. And since you're stupid, you're suspect.
It's time to exit stage left.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Silently.
Yeah. And because I did that. That's what held me back, because I had things in a row where I could have gotten out, but the revenge kicked in, and I started talking about stuff like, I'm going to show you what it feels like how you treated me.
Yeah, they want you to have revenge because they want you engaged.
Yep.
They want you to engage with them.
And once you let that go, oh my God, it's like the Wizard of Oz.
Like, need that your sword?
It's like the Wizard of Oz. I'm melting.
About narcissism.
Hmm?
When I go back to the 70s, I think about a lot of songs like Roller Coaster of Love.
Yeah.
And there's another one by I can go on and on and on, right?
Mm.
But when you start opening up your eyes and you start listening, especially to music,
Yeah.
you'll hear it.
Yeah.
You'll hear it in the music. You'll hear it in poems.
Yeah.
You'll see it in the movies.
Yeah.
It just reveals itself to you so much, but you didn't understand it before.
Yes.
What's going on, but once you wake up to it,
Uh-huh.
you see it everywhere.
Yep, you do, and then it becomes super scary. It really does because I think I said this earlier today. There's roughly 8 billion people in the world, and most papers say that out of those 8 billion people, 6% of them are narcissists.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, when you think about it. When you think about it.
Like millions of people.
Yeah.
Well, you have psychopathy. You have sociopathy.
Yeah.
And then you also have Machiavellianism.
Yeah, exactly. Now let me ask you a question. Remember when we used to play that game, the 6 degrees of there was movie 6 degrees of separation, and then there was the 6 degrees with Kevin Bacon. You had to figure out.
Yes.
That should make it scary for you.
Yes.
That should make it scary because you're really not that far off from that 6%.
You're not. Once you get over a certain age, because you meet more people, you can see that 6 degrees of separation.
Yep.
I have experienced it more than 10 times.
Yeah.
In the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. It's a real thing, And and there might be more, but they say that for the most part, narcissists won't get diagnosed because they know that they
don't think there's anything wrong with them.
Right, and plus they know what they are. I don't need to pay someone to tell me I'm a narcissist. Yeah.
The psychopaths.
Yeah.
And then you have sociopaths.
Yeah.
Most of your people who rape and kill people, they're psychopaths.
Right.
Then you have sociopathic behavior. And no one teaches you this in school. This needs to be a course.
It does.
Because, oh my God.
It does. It does. Just like they tell us to get along with everybody when we're in first grade, we should actually start teaching our children that, people are showing these signs. You might not want to play with them, and I'm making light of it, but it's true. This is, we're taught how to be successful. We're taught how to navigate the business world. We're taught how to save money, but nobody teaches us how to protect our peace from people that have no intent to do anything but steal it from us.
Exactly.
Wait, Kelly B.
You have to have a certain amount of socialization first before we can be taught that.
Yeah. So Kelly B, hold on one second. Yeah, I said it. Why you act like it's a bad thing? We're at the top of the leaderboard. I don't understand what that means. However, can you answer that? Because I don't know where she's going with that.
Okay, so why do I act like it's a bad thing? Because you're not reciprocal. You can't apologize. You can't take accountability. You can't love fully. And you are making a mockery of your friendships, your relationships with your partners, and you're being divisive.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, without even letting them.
Wait. What the hell is a narcissistic empath?
Kelly's just a narcissist.
Yeah. I can't give you any more supply, boo boo. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, I
said it. Thank you for joining, though. I appreciate it, but yeah. Yeah, that's why I didn't understand the question at first, because this room is usually for people.
You said, yeah, I said it.
Yeah, but that kind of gave it away with the narcissistic impact. I've never heard of it.
Get some therapy. Love yourself.
Yep, there you go. There you go.
Learn how to love yourself.
Moving on.
Yeah, there you go. So,
But she might not even be a narcissist. She just might need some attention.
Right. That's true. That's true. But that's what brought me back around when we said narcissistic impact. I was like, what the hell is that? You know, I would have felt better if you would have said dark impact.
Narcissistic awareness, but I don't know about a narcissistic impact.
Yeah.
She might be aware that she's a narcissist, but it's not a positive thing, Kelly.
It's not.
And but we're waking up to it though.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah.
She says, "Baby, you okay? We're all okay."
Yeah,
definitely.
Definitely.
We are at peace with this stuff. We don't have to go into other people's lives and just.
Yeah.
And this is when I say chaos. This is
right.
They bring chaos.
Right.
We're having a good conversation. We're loving our conversation. We're loving ourselves. And here comes Kelly B.
Yeah, you know what? What I'm going to do is what we're going to do is we are here for people that are looking to make sense of the nonsense. I'm not going to really feed into that. I appreciate you stopping into my live. It helps the algorithm, but other than that,
it helps to identify people like Kelly B.
Yeah.
I'm so glad she stopped by.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I wish you could bring her up so she could make sense of it.
Well. That might just turn into what I like to call an ish show, so I'm not going to do that. You know. Right. So with that being said, you know, we have to find ways to honestly educate people. You know, educate people to this because, like I said, I can be in a supermarket, I could just be air hustling, and I'm like, wow. This person doesn't.
I've seen it as well in stores.
Yeah. You see it, and you're like, I literally saw someone gaslight somebody, and I'm like, how can you do that? And then I can tell who's the empath and who's the narcissist because the narcissist is over apologizing or over explaining.
Or the narcissist is walking in front of the empath.
Oh my God! Oh, please talk about that. Please talk about that. I hated that.
And I felt so really bad for her. I wanted to give her a card and say, "Call me," but you have to wake up in your own time.
Yeah, but could you talk?
People can tell you all day. People can tell you all day until you actually wake up.
Yep.
To it. And she said, "Yeah." I said it. Well, we appreciate you being here, Kelly B, because you are a shining example of what we're talking about.
Well, you know what? What I would like to do, I'm going to let Kelly say, but what we're going to do is we're going to interact with the people that.
How about we just ignore Kelly?
Yeah. There you go. So Michelle Renee says helps me. Okay, so Michelle Renee says helps me all the time. I'm still struggling breaking the bond. Many of us do struggle to break the bond.
Yes.
Okay, many of us do struggle. It's not easy for anybody.
She's not struggling by herself. Most of us go through that.
Yep.
And it took me 7 times to leave.
Oh my God. Well, they say that's the average as far as stats. They say that is the average. It takes seven attempts for anybody in any kind of an abusive relationship to finally just leave. You know. That's crazy. Do you want to... What helped you? What... Not even the system so much, but what is reading
and listening.
Okay.
Reading and listening to podcasts helped me.
Okay, that's good.
Accept what I was going through.
Right.
And once I finally got that, I was like, okay, I don't want to suffer anymore. I'm tired of suffering. I think there's life to be lived.
Yep.
And I can't live like this anymore. I'm not growing.
Yep.
I'm spinning my wheels in mud.
Yep.
That's what helped me to move on.
Yep.
I wanted my life back.
I just got tired. Most empaths don't like chaos. We don't like chaos. I just needed to get out of that constant feeling of thinking that I wanted to be with this person again, knowing that it was just chaos and like I said, I call it an ish show. It was like I constantly was buying tickets to an ish show. I think no, seriously, that's what it feels like. Even when you're in the relationship, huh?
Healing is not linear. Healing is not going a straight line.
No, it's not.
You get out of it, and then you're thinking about it, and then you're thinking about the good times, and so it's not linear. We go back and forth.
Yep.
But once we figure out that this type of personality is not good for me, because if you don't heal, you will end up going through it with someone else.
Right. You don't get that superpower until you heal. You and hey, what's up, T? You don't get that superpower until you heal. Because what did she say? Michelle Renee says, "I feel so stupid. Stop feeling stupid.
You're not stupid.
You're not stupid.
No. You're not stupid.
Can I tell you about the time I lost my whole paycheck on 3-card Monty? Okay, this is when I was like a teenager. I was stupid, or at least I thought I was, and I didn't tell anybody. I was broke for like 2 weeks, but I didn't tell.
It's okay to suffer in silence.
No, but the thing was, it was the shame because I felt stupid.
Yes.
And the thing was, I had to realize it. So, in fact, I didn't tell anybody that story until like 10, 15 years later. Okay. The only reason why I was able to tell that story was because I accepted the fact I got caught out there by a professional. This is how this person ate every day. They got really good at what they did. And I just happened to come along and I thought that I could beat them at their own game. So that, in a sense, that didn't make me stupid. That was just, I guess, me being me.
Inexperience.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
We don't know what we don't know.
Right.
You don't know what you don't know.
Right.
So you know what you know,
right? Right.
Absolutely.
And like I said the other day, you don't wake up in the morning and say, let me go out there and find a narcissist. Nobody does that. Nobody does that, so you didn't know.
No.
That
waking up is something else, though.
It is.
So you have another guest. I want to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, what you got to say, T? Good to have you back. What's going on? Talk to us.
What's the topic?
It's always a trauma bomb with me. If I'm here, we're talking about the trauma bomb.
It doesn't matter with here. I'm a girl, so yeah, you talk to me too. I'm angry now. I just wanna go.
Did you do what I asked you to do before you go further?
What?
48 hours.
Yes. I didn't talk to him or anything. I deleted like every.
Wait. So you're still no contact, and I can only go by what you said. That means that you don't speak to people about them. You don't go online. You don't ask in a roundabout way. You don't text them. Are you going no contact?
I didn't do any of that.
Okay. So you're doing good. It's been at least 72 hours since the last time we spoke, right?
Yeah, I'm just angry. It's okay to be angry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's natural to be angry.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want you to do, though, is take that energy that you're angry and put it into yourself.
I already knew that.
Take that anger and alchemize it.
You go first, second, third.
Making yourself stronger.
Yeah.
And educate yourself.
That's why I put so much energy into him, is because I didn't want to touch what was inside of me. Because, girl, I've been a hot mess for a long time. And it hurts to, I have been working on myself. I'm doing EMDR now.
Okay.
Yes.
And that helps a lot.
It hurts. Like tonight, I wanted to go out. I'm a single woman in my 40s. Like, I want to go out and do something. And I don't know what to do.
Go out and go do something. It's as simple as that. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Don't.
Just enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Don't overthink it. And let me tell you something. Knowing, I think I was reading Rainbow. Knowing is half the battle. So you know that you're angry. That doesn't mean you have to give into your anger. You know that you feel a certain way about going out, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go out.
Yeah, because that your mind will keep you doing things that you don't want to do.
Yep.
So what you're gonna have to do is, when I get these negative thoughts, I was talking to my friend, and when we start talking negative, okay, so we tell each other, okay, you got 2 or 3 entries for negative thoughts. Then after that, we fill it with positive stuff. We're gonna change it.
Like that.
So I had to change how I thought, and that's a lot what MDR is about. It's not about it's about the incident. It's about the experience, but how we use that experience.
Love it. Love it. Guys, T, before you jump into that, and I want to thank you for joining us and sharing that with us. But I have a question here that I really, really want to answer for somebody, and my freaking phone is acting up again. Did somebody see that question about the 3 tips?
I didn't. I'd like to see it though.
Yeah, somebody asked, and I think it's Michelle Renee.
What are the top 3 tips each of you would give to help with moving on forward or healing? Well, the first thing I would say is establish boundaries, because the first thing you have to do is to get all the chaos and negativity out of your life. That's the first thing you do. Boundaries. Then, behind those boundaries, you start taking care of yourself. Figure out what you like doing. Like, without all this chaos, figure out what you like doing. And then once you figure out what you like doing, then you'll learn how to love yourself.
Okay.
And then once you love yourself, then everything will become much better.
I believe so.
That's what I would say.
I found that education and exercise helped me a lot.
Yes.
When I exercise, it helped me to change my mind about who I was and what I wanted for me. So if I was making my body better, I could start making my mind better.
There you go.
And changing my thoughts about what was going on and that it was happening for me instead of to me.
I love it.
Because if I had not went through this experience, I would not be the person who I am today. I had to go through this in order for my eyes to be opened up to who I am and how much I want to love me. Once you start loving yourself, there's certain things that you're just not going to accept in your life anymore. And one of them is the responsibility of the other person that you're around, whether they're your friend, your family member, your lover. There's some things that you are going to have from them. Reciprocity is one of them. Responsibility is another. So once you categorize that for yourself and you say to yourself, is this person showing up in my life? And how do I feel when I'm around them? Do I feel like they're sucking the life out of me, or do I feel like they're adding something to my life?
Love it.
That is so good, yes.
I love it.
It's all about you. It's about what you want and what you desire.
It's not about that person that's doing that stuff to you.
Yeah.
It's about you. And once you get to a certain point, you'll stop talking about that, only to emphasize it to other people who are still going through.
Yes.
Because this experience is for you.
Yep.
It's not against you, it's for you.
Yep. Well, I'm going to say, and those were great answers. I'm going to tell you this, the first 3 things in the course, okay, is understanding what you went through. Okay, that's module number 1, understanding what you went through. You've got to put a name to this pain. Okay, this is why all of us speak about watching other creators, reading, gaining knowledge. It's very important, because you can't go to your doctor and say, hey, listen, I hurt, and end it there. You've got to tell your doctor what's wrong. Okay, so that's going to lead you into the second part, okay, of fantasy versus reality. You're going no place. You're going absolutely no place until you accept the fact that this was a fantasy from the beginning. If you keep a little glimmer of hope, you're not going to heal. I guarantee you, because your mind is going to play tricks on you. Okay.
Everything was a facade.
Yep.
Everything was a lie.
And the third thing is understanding that the trauma bond is an addiction. It really is. It works on the same levels, okay? And I'm going to break this down very quickly, okay? Whenever somebody goes to the guy or the gal that hangs outside of the corner store, okay, they're looking for that feeling that they got the very first time, which is never coming. It's never coming. And this is why people find themselves asked out in life. Okay, because you're chasing something that you experienced the first time that is never coming back. Hence the narcissist. Okay?
And even that time was a lie. Everything was a lie.
Yeah. So the next thing is you start losing touch with who you are. Look at the people that become messed up in life. They start looking disheveled. They start looking dirty. They start looking unhappy. Is this not how you feel when you're with the narcissist? Yes.
Take care of them.
That's what I was getting to. Because the third part of it is you're doing everything to go visit the guy that stands outside the store. You're everything. You're selling stuff. You're getting rid of stuff. What that equates to is parts of yourself that you're giving up.
You're not loving yourself.
Thank you. Thank you. So that's why I made those the first three parts in the course, because those are the three most important parts. Because you're not going to go through 4, 5, 6, and 7 until you take care of those three things. There's no way around it. Does everybody agree, or do you disagree, or do you have thoughts on that?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
I agree totally. I totally agree.
Yeah. So, and you guys gave some great advice too. I love how you guys are teaching people that they need to pour into themselves, because during the Ish show, if you look back, you poured everything that you had into this person, and they did not appreciate 1 ounce of it. In fact, they called you stupid the whole time.
Oh yeah.
And because you have empathy, that they think that having empathy is
dumb.
Is a horrible thing.
Yeah.
Yes. They don't think that empathy is something that is a positive thing. They think it's a negative thing.
Yes.
And I also want your listeners to know that they can get through this.
Yeah. Oh, you
can
can.
Get through it.
You can
and
get through it.
You're gonna look back and you're gonna find somebody else in your path that you can pull forward. It's a cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And until you wake up to it and say, this is not going to change until I change it. Because the person you're in it with is not going to change. If they can keep getting away with the same stuff they've been getting away with, they're gonna do it.
Yep. No deviation.
You have to make up your mind to change.
Yep.
Because you love you and you want something different. You want to be positive. You want to move on. You want joy.
Yep.
You want joy in your life again. And
yes,
they're
indeed.
sucking the joy out of you. You got to get away with it. You got to be silent about it. You got to stop giving them a reaction, good or bad.
Yeah.
Like you talked about gray rocking.
Yep.
You got a gray rock. Yeah. No. Okay.
You know.
You have to make that irrelevant in your life.
Yeah. Save or you says sometimes that means looking outside to complete strangers for help. And you know.
Complete strangers.
Yeah, because none of y'all know me. None of y'all know me. So no, I'm just playing. You know, just to answer that, just to answer that, I'm thinking that, and I tell this often to people before, huh? Yeah, you know what? If you feel, if anybody here feels, you know, she says utilize resources. There's a number. It's a crisis line, 988. You can talk those people to death, and they might be able to help you get clarity or find someone in your community that actually has all that alphabets after their name that might
support groups are so important.
Yeah. So you can find different outlooks. One of the things that I tell survivors is, because it can be depressing, because what happens is you go tell somebody what you've been going through, the experiences that you've had with this person. And, you know, they're thinking again that you're talking about a regular human being. So they'll say stuff like, oh, just get over it. Oh, you can find somebody else. Yeah, exactly. So
it's just a breakup, it's just a divorce.
You're right.
No, it's no more.
Right, and that tends to make survivors go silent. You hear that enough, you go silent. So I'm not telling you not to speak to those that are in your personal circle, but I'm thinking if you need someone that you really need to unburden and talk to, I mean, hell, Scott does coaching. You know, Bless, I'm sure you do coaching as well, right?
I do not.
Oh, you don't? The hell you waiting on?
No, I'm working on a women's home right now.
Okay.
For abused women, because abuse is there's so many forms of abuse.
Right.
And a lot of it is psychosomatic.
Right.
We're talking about right now.
Right.
And it goes from there onto, and it elevates and escalates to
right, because it's still part of the control factor.
It is.
Yeah, it's still. Well, you need to hurry up and get that done. You really do, because.
Yes, we're working.
Do you mind me asking what state you hail from?
I'm in Oklahoma.
Oh, okay, you're in Oklahoma. My nonprofit is actually in Jersey. So
okay.
I'm building my nonprofit. It's under Church of Real Talk, but I'm more interested in trauma healing.
Yes.
So this is.
I'm into turning pain into purpose.
Right, exactly.
And then paying it forward as well.
Right.
So once you get to healing, God is going to send people to you. Whatever you call your God, Source, Jesus.
Right. It don't matter. Whatever keeps you positive, I'm cool with.
Whatever is getting you there.
Yep, I'm cool with it.
That particular source is going to send people your way. Mm-hmm. Just like you have a program, just like you have a platform, mm-hmm. it's going to happen.
Right.
There was this movie, right? Mm-hmm. And he said, if you build it, they will come.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what this is about.
It's called The Field of Dreams.
Yes.
Look at you, Scott, knowing that movie. I couldn't think of the name.
Exactly. This is like how the energy works right here.
Yeah. You know, so. Yeah, I mean, if you're still in the room, I would definitely suggest that you follow these creators. And you know, I think we talked about this before. TT says it gets worse every time. I'm hoping,
it does.
It does.
She's right. Because the more you go back to them, the more
right. So it comes to a point.
That bum is coming back.
Yeah.
And they said, well, she forgave me for all that, so all that's out the window. I don't have to apologize. I don't have to, because they forget, or he forgave me for all that. That's just the way their mind works.
Right. So that gives them the free pass to treat you worse.
Yes.
It really does. And again, this is why I need people to start thinking about this as a regular relationship. You're not dealing with.
Nothing is ever good enough for them.
Right.
Nothing.
You're not dealing with.
They're totally moving it.
Right.
They're always moving it.
Yeah, the goalposts. Yeah, they actually are.
The goalpost is forever moving.
Yep.
But like I said before, everybody's healing is different.
Yep.
It took me 7 times to actually leave and not
go
back.
Yep. So with that being said, I'm going to seriously suggest that you take the first thing and just, you know, I think what a lot of people are dealing with is that little crevice in your brain that still has a little ray of hope. You've got to sit down and have the discussion with yourself, start the conversation with yourself, and just, I think one of the activities is that you put a sheet down, put a line down the middle, and you actually put down the perceived good times and the bad times.
I like how you said perceived good times.
Yeah, you have to say perceived. You have to, because you'll see that there'll be a couple of things. There's going to be a whole lot of bad times, and you're going to really realize that the good times were perceived, or they were actually done by you. Huh?
Usually you're pulling away when you're having a good time. And the other thing is, what I did was, I wrote to my phone when it was really horrible. I wrote, this person does not love you.
Right.
So I could go back to it and see it again. And when I went back and saw it again, I felt that feeling.
Right. And it makes sense. Sometimes we have to deal with that corner, that little crevice of our brain. And this is why this is the most important. The day that I said she never loved me, things got a lot better. And when I said it and believed it, when I said it and I believed it with my very core.
Radical acceptance.
Huh? Yes.
Radical acceptance.
You have to, because every time that it's like a vampire can't come in until you let them in. You gotta welcome them in.
Yeah.
Or they stay on the other side of the door. Stop welcoming this person in. And they don't even have to be in front of you. You're doing it with your brain.
Yes.
The intermittent reinforcement was created as a back door. That's why they won't give you closure, because they want you to come back and beg. So that way, when they're ready to circle the block, you're willing to take them back in. Which then makes them say that you're really stupid, because don't you know what I did to you the first time? Why would you take me back in? So that means that you want me to treat you worse. That way, you will understand that you're stupid.
Yeah, they want to put us on a shelf.
Yeah.
Well, basically, that's what they do. Your shell.
Yep.
And then because we keep accepting them back, taking us off the shelf and using us for the supply that they need us for. Dr. Romney explained like this. Is really funny. She said if you had a coffee pot, right? What do you use your coffee pot for? To make coffee.
Right.
You only make coffee maybe once a day.
Not me.
So if that coffee pot is coming up to you and saying, "How come you're not making coffee?" You're like, "I only use you once a day. What are you talking about? Go away, coffee pot."
And when the coffee pot is broken, you just replace it.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep. And
you don't rinse the old coffee pot. It's like, oh, I need more coffee.
Yep.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
But that was Dr. Romney, so I can't take credit for that.
But it's the truth. It's the absolute truth.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
So let me ask y'all a question.
Okay.
How do you get through the exhaustion when you get out of the relationship? Like you
have to work through it.
Yeah, you have to. Well, get the rest, because your body's been on high alert during the whole week.
Your body needs a lot of rest.
Yeah, get that rest. Don't fight the rest.
The narcissist has been like draining your energy since day one.
Yeah, get that rest. You deserve it.
Because the narcissist has been.
You are exhausted.
Yeah, get
I
that.
slept and slept.
Yeah.
I can't sleep. Like they've had to put me on sleep medication.
Oh, so you're hypervigilant right
The
now.
narcissist wants you to be weak. They want you to be drained because they want you addicted to them.
Yeah. So, well, I see where she's coming with the hypervigilance. The hypervigilance is where you can't sleep because you're probably doing that crazy thing that we all do at some point, where we start replaying the conversations and trying to.
I forgot what it's called.
Rumination.
Rumination.
Yeah,
And
rumination.
before him, I already did that because of the amount of trauma I've had.
Yeah, but you didn't do it for him.
Being with him just lit my brain up on fire.
No, it reignited your nervous system.
It does.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of, like, medication. I'm not, but I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't tell you the benefits or the bad parts of it. It's just me. I don't like it. I went through both stages where I slept sometimes for 14 hours a day, and then I went through the stages where I got very little sleep, but I threw myself into stuff so that I wouldn't think about them. And then eventually it evened out.
I started changing my thoughts too. As soon as I was going down that dark energy, I was like, nope.
Right.
Good thoughts because this is not you. This is not the life that you want.
Right.
You want to keep moving forward. You want to be positive.
Right.
And a lot of it is just positive reinforcement through your own brain, through your own acts of kindness to yourself.
Yep. I mean, Saved or You said something. She said to avoid rumination.
Yeah, I like that.
I completely break down the thought, then trace it back to the source. That is how you want to get that little crevice out your brain.
Absolutely. That's
exactly. You hit it on the head.
Yeah. So, I mean, you guys have a lot of great advice. I'm just hoping, and I'm not just talking about Scott and Blessed 456. I'm talking about you guys. I just hope that you guys are finding ways, because nobody comes into these lives or watches these videos unless they're usually struggling with something.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes.
You know, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Everyone here, you're not alone.
Right.
You're not alone.
Right.
You're not alone.
You're not alone.
And we all struggle.
Yep.
But we're at this place on the number line, though.
Yep.
And you're going to get to this place place on another line as well, and there are going to be people behind you who are asking you the same questions. And
That's
no, I do not, but I am still entangled with the family of that person.
Well, I got kids with mine, so yeah, I'm screwed. No, I'm not screwed. I figured out a way how to get past it.
Yeah, there's a way that
I know.
There's a way. Yeah, she's asking for help though.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that.
Figure out how to handle that situation.
So, do you have this book?
Huh? It's not.
It's not
Wow, that's a good book. That's a good book.
Yeah, that's a great book.
So, if you don't have this book, get it.
Okay.
Yeah, I highly recommend that book. Yeah.
So just to apologize for misreading that with the kid thing. Yeah, the easiest way is, see, you've got to be healed to do this, and to do this correctly is you have to control the access. So I always tell people this, the things that keep us tied to narcissists are kids, businesses, and property. So you can't just go no contact. It's not going to work. You're going to look like a bad guy when it's all over. However, you can control the access to your peace. Okay, and you can find ways with the kids. I just want to talk about the kids. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's it.
They did. It's like I said earlier in this slide. I'm not in a relationship with you.
Can you provide her with that website where you can talk through? It might be a court thing, but it's like a website that you can talk to.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Well, I know what you're talking about. It's the app. So the co-parenting app. Yeah, it's a co-parenting app. Here's the deal. 99%. Not. In fact, I don't want to talk to her on the phone. I don't. I made that clear. I don't want to talk to you on the phone. Everything has to be via text or email.
Yes, so you can prove what's going on.
Right. Because, see, once you allow the phone calls, one thing I learned just being in working is any conversation can be misconstrued.
Yes.
So even at work, right. So even at work, if I'm talking to my regional or my director, I would listen to what they had to say, go back, sit at my desk, type out an email outlining what we just talked about, and send it back. Yes, exactly.
Because they're at work too.
Yeah, exactly. So, it's the same thing when you're dealing.
They want chaos. They want misunderstanding.
Right. So what you do is, if you're dealing with those three things, business, children, or property, you control the access. There's no reason for you to go out for coffee. You're not in a relationship anymore.
No.
What is being in public having coffee going to help you with your children, your business, or your property?
It's not.
Holding conversations on the phone at 11 o'clock at night makes no sense to me. So it's never going to happen.
To keep you up so you can't keep your mind straight.
There you go. So there's always yes.
They want to steal your sleep.
Yep.
They want to keep you off.
Yep. So there's always a way that you can get through this. And
I would say start Googling. I can't remember what it's called, but
I think it's just called the parenting app.
That they can use.
I think every court has it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think every court has it.
And find out what that is.
It's Family Wizard.
Yeah. Well, I think every state has a different name for it. I don't think it's called Family Wizard in Jersey.
Every court has a domestic violence advocate that you can ask.
Yeah, but that's domestic violence. But what about for the kids?
It's still the same.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yes.
Got you.
Because it is actually domestic violence. They don't call it domestic
right, because you're being alienated.
Assault on your person.
Right.
Yeah.
They're not calling it domestic violence yet. But the more and more people start waking up and having these conversations and talking about narcissism and how they try to go through your kids to harm you, to keep you in the cycle, it's going to evolve. So us just doing this, the act of us talking to each other and educating each other on it is going to make a difference for society at large.
Yep, you're right.
They weaponize children against us. They want to destroy everything.
Right, because they can't. Once they lose the conversation or the narrative over you, Guess what's that? A narcissist has no qualms about using anything against you to regain control of the narrative.
Nothing. They have no boundaries. They want to become constant. They would destroy themselves to destroy you.
Right,
Yes.
right.
They will.
So
they will go that far.
Yeah, can someone see this? This is Lisa Dubé. I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you for joining us. Her going so quickly with multiple people, and I can't even make a meal.
Because he wants you to do that. Yeah, exactly. Because he wants you to be obsessed with him.
Yeah.
He wants that. He wants to make you feel small.
Yep.
That's part of the game, baby.
Yep.
That's part of the game.
Stop following their social media
because your character. Yeah. They know who you are.
Yeah.
You just don't know who you are yet.
Yeah. Thank you.
You are a spiritual, empathetic person who loves deeply.
Yeah.
They want to keep you off that path so you don't wake up.
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah. Like my grandmother. Sometimes people. Go ahead. Yeah. Sometimes.
Down here to transform lives.
Yep.
The more you start listening and getting on these platforms and start loving yourself, you will totally understand why he is doing that.
Yep.
They have no soul. They will move on because they can't get what they want out of you anymore.
Yep.
So they want you to be jealous.
Yep.
They want you to keep ruminating that you weren't good enough. In fact, you're so good that they can't even stand you to stay around you anymore. That's why they make arguments, so they can get away from you because they can't stand to see the humanity.
The power in you. The power in you.
They can't stand to see the good spirit in you, the love in you. They can't reciprocate it, so they have to make you feel like you're less than. And you're not.
You know what?
I'll stump you out.
Elisa, let me tell you something, okay? First of all, how do you know this? You got to go no contact, boo-boo. You got to. Because half of what they post, half of what they send through the circles of flying monkeys is meant to get under your skin. The performance never stopped. Okay, so I think we started this at the very beginning. You need peace to heal.
Yes.
Okay. When I was growing up, I grew up in New York City, so they used to have this thing in the 80s. I used to love karate flicks. So on 42nd Street, Times Square, they would have these little TVs outside that would show what movies were playing inside, like the trailers and stuff like that. It was like super, super cool. That's what the narcissist is doing to you. Social media has now become their trailer. The flying monkeys that are trying to gauge are you broken or not, okay, they are the trailer. So, they want you to know, I moved on. Shit, I'm glad that you're not here. That is their way of making you feel less. It's like my grandmother used to say.
Unloved.
Yep.
Yeah, all of that.
Yeah, because, and just think about it. How quick did they move on? I mean, did you do that, man? How quick? I'm sure you're not finding this out a year later. You're probably not finding it out a month later. It's all an act.
Moving on when they got
you. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mine was messing with people while we were together.
Yes.
It's monkey branching.
Yep. And in this day and age, it's scary because you're basically sleeping with who they sleeping with.
Oh, yes.
The few times that they love bomb you and say, okay, I missed you, give you a hug, and hey, what we haven't done in a while, I miss you.
Will sleep with anything.
It doesn't, as long as they get validation. Yeah, as long as they get validation, they don't care. They don't care that, they're not going to say, hey, you got protection. Oh, shit, you gave me validation. I'll take a chance.
Yeah, because they hate themselves. They don't care if they destroy themselves.
Yeah.
No.
So, you guys, be careful out there and stop. Please go no contact. You don't need to know what they're doing on social media. Yeah.
All right.
You don't know. What do you think? It doesn't matter. I like it better that way.
They have no energy and they must seek it from anyone. Yeah.
Yep.
They're vampires.
Yep.
They
Yep.
And vampires and their kamikazes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
That's it.
So be careful out there, guys. Be careful out there. And again, you're not in a relationship with them anymore. That kind of helps when you say that to yourself over and
It was
over.
never a relationship.
Yeah, I know.
It was a
But
situationship.
for the person for the impact it was. Yeah, Warzone. I love that. And I just watched Apocalypse Now. But yeah, you guys really have to start putting that in your head. I'm not in a relationship with this person. So those things no longer tend to matter. You know, I'm sure through your years of growing up, during high school or college, whatever, you broke up with somebody and went and found somebody better. Or they went and found somebody better. Nobody really cared. It's like we're not together anymore. You go see who you want to see, and I'm gonna go see who I want to see. Take that attitude.
But there are, so I want to reiterate, but there are different levels of narcissism.
Yeah.
There are people out here that are psychotic.
Mm-hmm.
They are
grandiose,
and they also what they call Machiavellianism. So they want to hurt you.
Yeah.
They thrive off hurting you. So you really have to be quiet
and
leave them.
I agree.
Be silent, but leave them.
Yep.
Get your paperwork together.
Yep.
Start saving some money. If you have a friend that you can really trust, let them know actually what's going on.
Yeah.
But you don't have to let them know. I'm going to leave them, but I need you to know this, that I'm going to leave.
Right.
I might need you to store some important documents. In fact, you can go to the bank and get a safe deposit box to put your important paperwork in. Your marriage certificate, your social security card, Get a bank account that they don't know about.
Yeah.
You can put $10, $20 in.
Yep. Yep.
Find the nearest women's shelter or abuse
Yep.
shelter.
Yep.
Get away from them.
Yep. You are so right.
It might take some time. So you might have to play their game.
Yep.
But whenever it comes to sex, I'm not feeling like having sex with you anymore. And if they do, and you feel like, well, you have to wear a prosthetic.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
You make them wear something.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
The other thing is what they don't like is when you come onto them because they want to be in charge.
Yep.
So what you can start doing is reversing it. Act like you want to have sex all the time. Touch them.
Yep. They'll put an end to that. They'll put an end to that. They're not in control of the situation.
If you want to love on you, they're not going to love on you.
Yep.
They're not going to want to love on you. So if you pick up the veracity and I just love you so much, buying cards all the time, they'll want to monkey branch and get away from you because then they have to show that human side and they can't do it. Yeah. So you do have to do the opposite of what you're feeling sometimes just to get them to get away. If they're just a normal narcissist, you can start sleeping on the couch instead of sleeping with them.
Right.
There's different things that you can do. If you cook dinner for them and keep cooking dinner for them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you don't eat at the same time. I'm just not hungry tonight.
Yeah.
I'm exercising. You pick up a good exercise or start reading. Just ignore them.
Yeah.
Ignore them. Simple answers. Do you want to go? No. Yes.
They want supply.
Yes, they do. Guys.
Yeah, stop appealing to them.
Guys, do we follow each other, Bless? I'm sure we do. Yeah, we do. So here's the deal, guys. I want to thank everybody that has come through because it's getting late. I'm sure everybody's got to say.
Yeah.
But this has been an awesome conversation. Let me just put that out there. This has been awesome.
Yes.
I want you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I want you.
Thank you, everyone here.
Yeah, Scott. Go ahead and follow Scott. Go ahead and follow Blessed.
And I even think the narcissist came in.
Yes, you got to.
That was a great example.
Yeah, that was.
A lot of light on the subject.
Yeah.
Narcissists are self-defeating. They come into close chaos, but they create victory for us.
Yes, yes, yes. God, do you guys have any closing words? Because I'm gonna bring this down. But blessed, you know I go live Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Right?
Okay.
Okay, there you go. But do you have any closing words? We're gonna let you go ahead, bless.
Oh, yeah, I'm just so happy that I could hopefully help somebody tonight or today, whatever time zone that you're in, and believe in yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love that. What about you, Scott?
Just thank you. I am so grateful for you guys, and I love you. So just do you. Just keep doing you, because every breath we take is an act of defiance.
Yes.
Every breath we take, they lose.
Yeah, I'm the narcissist rebel. They hate my guts. I love it. But I'm just teasing. I'm just joking. I want you guys. It's the same thing with me. I'm very appreciative when we have like people that come on these panels and share information, because it's kind of not just me talking, you know. And I think that's what, when we come together and we start sharing our stories and our experiences and sometimes even advice, I think people start to get it. They're like, okay, what I experienced was real. Okay.
Yes. It's understandable then. And I want to say thank you, Sadar. You really, really contributed tonight. We really appreciate you sticking around and giving all your comments and stuff.
Yep.
It really helps.
Because I'll drift all over the place, so thank you. I got so much to say about this shit. I'll be drifting for days. But so what guys, like I said, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., we have conversations like this. If you can join, greatly appreciate it. Pass this knowledge on. If you know somebody that may be going through this, because people do get on based on their friends and family members that they think is going through this. Share this information.
Yes.
This is how it begins. This is how movements start. Not with non-for-profits, but with people.
Yes.
Okay, this is how it starts. So with that being said, I want to thank all of you. I want you to stay powerful. I want you to keep healing. And the reason why I do everything that I do, love you guys. Okay? All right, have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And I can never turn my thing off. There it goes. Oh, God.